New tonight, economic news here. It is expensive to operate a business in Portland, and one council member has a new idea that he hopes keeps stores open. First, some context here. From 2019 to 2024, one analysis found that local taxes on Portland businesses went up by 82% in just that 5-year span. Michael Maggard, the lifelong Portlander and longtime owner of 5-Star Cleaners, told us that after more than 2 decades, their growth has slowed, and they've chosen not to replace broken glass on the front of their store because it's been broken over and over again. He said that when it comes to the tax burden, the numbers eventually may not add up.
For many, many years, every year we were growing. The last few years, it's been, very challenging, especially since COVID hit. I think businesses like us have been considered sort of a milking cow for taxing. And I think that there is a lot of sentiment out there in the city. Again, I talk to a lot of people that we're being asked a lot, and I believe that the tax base is shrinking.
And that brings us to this new proposal to help businesses. Councilman Dan Ryan, who is a council member for District 2, covering north and parts of Northeast Portland, he wants the city to create a storefront support program that would track store vacancies across the city, coordinate responses between police, fire, permitting, and other city bureaus to address those issues, and it would send city staff to do exit interviews of stores that close their doors. He said the idea came after the complaints by businesses became consistent. This idea of yours is to create a storefront support program. We'll get into what that is first, but I want to ask, why now?
Why now? Because for me, I've been hearing about it for years, since I've been on council in 2021. And then when I got into this role that's focused on District 2, where we are right now, I kept hearing the same things. So it didn't matter if I was Southwest Portland, Hawthorne District, Northeast Broadway, St. John's. It didn't matter what the business was, whether it was a restaurant, whether it was a cleaners, whether it was a retail outlet. They were all saying the same things.
What were they saying?
They were just saying that they feel like the city isn't showing up and responding to them. And they felt like all they were experiencing was additional regulation and fees.
Gotcha.
Without the appropriate service response.
Gotcha. And I know we just are walking by now, Capitol, which was open earlier this year but closed after several years of operating.
Yeah. This was a really vibrant club.
Yeah. Do you know why it closed?
I don't. And that's part of the legislation, is we should be doing exit interviews when people close. We should get to the why, so then we could be more responsive to that why.
At this moment, does the city get any information from businesses after they close?
We have discovered that's not the case. So that's why that would be new and different.
Gotcha.
And I think it also allows the new office at Prosper Portland, small business office, to really coordinate with the city services that include police, that include the public management of emergency management on our streets. Some of the systems we put in place to be more responsive to the homeless crisis, we learned that we could work smarter with greater efficiency if we got out of the silos. And so that's what this is intending to do.
How would this resolution, this storefront support program, change what the city actually does?
It would prioritize our storefronts. And so it would signal to those that are really struggling right now to keep their leases whole and to continue to serve Portlanders and to provide joy in our streets, to actually know that the city has their back and that this is a priority for the city. So we must prioritize something that's always been special about Portland.
And Councilor Ryan's resolution would task the city manager with creating that storefront support program by the early next year. We'll see what happens when that resolution is introduced tomorrow morning during the Arts and Economy Committee meeting.